am ever hopeful that this is indeed live. I think so. Welcome. I'm Jessica Hentoff, Jessica the Circus Lady, and this is the Up in the Air live stream, graciously hosted by City Museum on their Facebook page. It is Circus Harmony's live stream. Circus Harmony is a social circus located inside City Museum on the 3rd floor in our little glass tent. Currently, we're not doing shows, but we're really excited because we're talking to City Museum about bringing the shows back. We have already started offering some small classes. And in fact, if you go to circusharmony.org/registration, today is your last day to register for our November classes, both online and in person. We do in-person classes currently at Hudson Park in Ferguson, but we are doing private lessons in our ring at City Museum. And if you're at City Museum, walk by the ring. You never know who you will see practicing there. However, for Thanksgiving week, we are starting micro classes, and you can register for those through November 16th, but micro means only 3 people in a class. They will sell out quickly. So go register at circusharmony.org/registration. We have micro classes in an array of different circus genres, but most importantly, for all ages. So we have adult classes, we have youth classes. Go now, register online for both our November classes, because the registration for those ends today, and the in-person classes. You hear one of our special guests in the background, Georgie. I hope you're all familiar with Miss Maple, who will be showing you her progress on her pig in the blanket trick. And we're babysitting Miss Georgie, so she will also be appearing. We have another special guest today. He is one of the 3 Bailey brothers, one of the 5 Bailey family unicyclists. His name is Eliot Bailey. He's the oldest brother. You know that expression, he ain't heavy, he's my brother. Well, we're going to talk to him about that because he carries both brothers on his shoulders just about all the time. So first, I want to give you a little sample of Eliot. Also is a circus performer without his brothers. And in our recent show, The Balancing Act, he did a juggling duet, a pandemic juggling duet with Sean Petrick, who's one of our jugglers. If you missed The Balancing Act, and if you missed our Step Right Up 24-hour fundraiser, please, you will thank me later. Go to Circus Harmony/The Balancing Act and click on the link to watch this compelling show. It really was a show unlike any we've ever done before. You'll get a little bit of a taste of it in this juggling act, but this show had solo acts, duos, 9-person acts, but most importantly, you heard from the young people, both our students and our alumni, who are most going to be impacted by these triple pandemics we are living with, the medical, the political, and the social. You heard from them how they're keeping their balance. So right now, this is where we test my techno skills, and I am a techno peasant. Right now, I'm going to let you watch if we're lucky here, trying to share my screen, show you the juggling act with Eliot in red and Sean in blue. Enjoy.
This pandemic has been one crazy, awesome, and interesting ride. I still can't believe we're living through this part of history. I mean, I'm gonna be telling my kids and grandkids about this forever. Such a weird time to live in. Some things that bring me happiness during this time is my nephew. I've been getting to spend a lot more time with him recently, and we have made this awesome bond. His favorite thing right now is to watch me juggle. He laughs so hard, and it makes me laugh even harder. The pandemic is also a great time for me to do stuff I usually don't have time for, like drawing and playing guitar. The only downside is I wish I got to see my friends more. This has definitely been one crazy time. When quarantine started, I was very disappointed because I had worked hard all year doing circus. I was looking forward to perform at Circus Flora and visit Puerto Rico later that summer. That was all canceled due to the COVID pandemic. Since the pandemic started, I've been taking many online circus classes such as acro, unicycling, juggling, conditioning. I'm very fortunate to have my family during quarantine because there are people who don't have two brothers to do acro with or a whole family that knows how to unicycle. Quarantine has been very long and boring, but the circus my family and I have done has made quarantine a little more fun.
Oops. Oh my, see, this is why they shouldn't let me do these things, because I don't know what I'm doing technologically. Well, if you would like to see the rest of that act, and the ending is really cool, you need to go to circusharmony.org/thebalancing and click on the link to watch the whole show, including Sean and Eliot's juggling act. Speaking of juggling, in addition to our online juggling classes, we've also reinstated our juggling club. It is being held outside on Sundays and Mondays, actually, at Hudson Park in Ferguson. Come before it gets too cold. And don't forget our micro classes. And now I'm bringing into the ring, again, if technology doesn't fail me or I don't fail technology, Eliot Bailey, the big brother of the Bailey brothers, the base of the operation. And we're going to ask him, are they heavy? Because they are his brothers. Please welcome Eliot Bailey. Drum roll, please. Yay!
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for joining us. I don't know if you were watching, we showed a little bit of your act with Sean, and then it cut off before the great surprising finale because,
Yeah, I saw.
yeah, I'm a techno peasant, but maybe they'll go and watch it. That was actually one of the first acts that we created for this show. Do you want to talk a little bit about how it evolved?
So at first it was going to be a 3-person act, like multiple different styles of juggling, like, or with different objects and
Yeah, I think we had
things. Yeah, we had 3 of us, and then yeah, and then
some of the other they were weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
toilet paper and something else.
what?
What were some of the other objects that was going to be in tandem?
We were gonna juggle like masks and toilet paper and hand sanitizer, but that didn't really. That didn't work that well.
We're straightforward with it.
Yeah.
So in addition to the juggling, you are the base of the Bailey Brothers Acrobatic Act. You're in the Unicycle Act. On Rolling Globe, you actually hold somebody standing on your shoulders. So you're probably too young to know the song that the Beatles sing where they talk about he ain't heavy, he's my brother. Are they heavy? There are 2 of them and they're climbing on you.
They're heavy when they're not tight, but if they're tight, they're not as bad. But
yeah, explain to the audience what you mean by when they're not tight for people who don't do acrobatics.
So like most of the time, they're not that tight, which means they're just like wiggling all over me, and it's very difficult to balance them if they're not staying in one position
and holding their bodies really tight and controlled. And then you're the base of the 3 high. And since it's only the 3 of you during the pandemic, they actually have to climb all the way up and all the way down while you're holding them. And that's something that you kind of learned during the pandemic. How was that?
I mean, it was all right. It took a couple days to get that trick, and my youngest brother really didn't want to do the trick, but it ended up being all right
But it's a trick that he did before. Why didn't he want to do it?
because I'm his brother. He didn't trust
Right.
me.
Yeah,
But
definitely
he
other
thought
reasons.
I'd drop him.
The other thing I should say is that both your parents are in the circus. That's why you have a 5-person unicycle act, and they've been trained as spotters. So they were also very helpful in that whole process. So shout out to Lou and Leah. What's it like being in a circus act with your parents? Not a lot of people at Circus Harmony can say that.
Yeah, it's pretty good because just my family ride down to the parking lot down our street and we just ride. It can be difficult sometimes, but most of the time it's pretty smooth.
Yeah, because you're how old now?
I'm 16.
And your brothers? How old are
One
they?
is 13 and 10.
So you have this teenage boy stuff going on, and then you have to work with your parents. How is that? And how do you
I mean, it's all
separate
right.
being in the circus from just being a regular family, and you homeschool?
I mean, I don't know. It's usually all right, but sometimes it's just very busy. Sometimes we don't get a lot of free time to do some stuff, but pretty good.
You've also been doing the tumbling act and the hoop diving act. You're 16. What grade are you in?
I'm in 10th grade.
Have you thought about a future in the circus, or do you have other aspirations, or you're just
I
leaving
haven't
everything open?
I'm leaving it in the open. I haven't really thought of what I want to do yet, but I have a little bit of time before I need to figure those things out.
You do indeed. And do you remember how you ended up joining the circus?
Yeah, it was 8 years ago, I'm pretty sure. There was like a summer camp at Circus Harmony that me and my younger brother took.
At City
So
Museum.
that's how it started. Yeah.
The littlest
And
one was
then
too little at that point.
yeah, he couldn't do circus at that point because he was too young. But then Piece Through Pyramids started in 2014, right?
2015, I think. But around then,
Yes.
we came to Ferguson because of
Which is
the unrest there. And we had just gotten back from Israel, where there were police and tanks on the street. And then Ferguson had police and tanks on the street. So we took our Peace Through Pyramids program that we've been doing in Israel with Jewish and Arab young people and brought it to Ferguson. First at the library, shout out to Scott Bonner and the team there. And then to St. Stephen's Episcopal Church, the Vine, when we needed more space. And so you took the first semester, but then your brothers kept going and you didn't. What made you come back?
just watching how much fun my brothers were having doing circus. I had been playing sports up until then, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna take a break from this, and why not do some circus?
And what's your favorite part of all the circus things you do? Because you do just about everything.
I don't know, not like stretching because I'm not that flexible, or
Although I remember you being in
even
a contortion act,
yeah,
a
it was pretty
comedy
good.
contortion act, but you did it.
Yeah,
So
I
not
like
stretching. What's your favorite? What do you like?
probably acro, basing my brothers. When we all get along, it usually is pretty good.
And I will say you have gotten much, much stronger since you started your circus journey. Do you do anything else to get strong, or you just base your brothers?
I mean, I base my brothers, but then I also take conditioning classes with the circus.
So I don't think any of them are listening. Which conditioning classes do you like the best? Because we offer a lot with different coaches.
I like 2020. That's probably
Want
my
to tell
favorite
the
one.
audience what the 2020 class is?
Yes, it's just like 20 exercises in 20 minutes.
Each done 20 times, right?
Yes, yeah.
So if you
Not always
want to,
20 times, but yeah.
if people want to experience the 20 by 20 by 20 class, they can register now. But tomorrow, I think it's registration closes tomorrow, the 21st, for our November classes, but anybody can take that. A lot of times people think they have to already be an acrobat or a juggler or a unicyclist to take classes. Do you want to give them some encouragement?
Yeah, like you don't need to be flexible or you don't need to know circus at all. As long as you're willing to try it out and maybe you'll do well and maybe you'll like it.
I think willingness is the biggest factor. The other act that I was going to show is where you're basing all of them. Hopefully I will be able to manage to not cut that one off at the end as well. I should mention that the Bailey Brothers are also available for Zoom shows, which we've done several Zoom shows, and for our 6 Feet Circus, where we will come to you and do a show with just the Bailey Brothers with some of our other students, the whole St. Louis Arches troupe, as long as we can be outside and socially distanced. And so book that now because it's getting chilly. And also I'm going to put a plea out because Monday we were practicing and it got down to 49 degrees. So if anybody has some nice propane heaters, outside heaters, and you want to donate or loan them to Circus Harmony, please contact us through Facebook or through our website at circusharmony.org. Because it was getting chilly, especially for the juggling. You guys were saying your hands were getting cold. But you did it.
Yeah, it hurt, but we did it.
And so what are you working on in juggling right now?
Right now I haven't been doing much juggling. I've been working on Diablo for an act.
That's
I'm
right,
putting
because
together.
you and Ethan are doing an act for the upcoming St. Louis Teen Talent Competition. It'll be a 2-person Diablo act. So, and people can see the 4-person, right? 4-person Diablo act that you did for the balancing act is also in that show. It was one of the more humorous acts. So is there anything else you want to share about circus in general, your circus life, now that your whole family has run away and joined the circus?
Yeah, I mean, circus is fun. Like, especially when my whole family knows how to unicycle and stuff like that. And it's just something my whole family can do together.
Yeah, people see you unicycling down the street. They know it's the Baileys. Also, shout out to your Puerto Rican brother. I'm drinking out of a Puerto Rican mug because you guys hosted one of our Puerto Rican exchange students. Hi,
Yeah.
Ricardo, who's back in Puerto Rico, where it's a little warmer. So thank you very much for coming on. Anything you want to tell people about this acrobatic act before I put it on? Anything they should watch that was particularly,
I don't know.
because there are sometimes some tricks are harder than they look, you know, or are more satisfying to that you've been able to do them. And there were a number of new tricks in this act that you 3 had not done before the pandemic. Anyone in particular stand out to you?
My favorite is probably 2.5, but
Where your middle brother is standing on your knees and your little brother goes from your shoulders up to his shoulders, and then you all come down to the knees. So thank you very much for coming. Wish me luck sharing this video. I'll see you at
thank
rehearsal.
you for having me. All right.
We have rehearsal at 5.
All right,
Thanks,
thank
Eliot.
you.
Okay, wish me luck. Here we go. Hopefully this works. to, so I just realized that I was showing the wrong one of those. It is the right act, but we have a better version. So hopefully you'll bear with me as I show you the actual version that I was meant to show. We can skip ahead closer to where we just were, I think. My apologies to everybody. There's that trick that Eliot was talking about. And that was the Bailey Brothers Acrobatics. You can see the whole show, The Balancing Act, if you go to circusharmony.org/The Balancing Act. Don't forget to sign up for classes, all ages. Our November classes, the deadline is tomorrow. Our micro classes at City Museum, the deadline is November 16th. You can also book private lessons. Contact us through circusharmony.org. City Museum is open and they're having all sorts of fabulous Halloween activities. When you book your tickets online at citymuseum.org, use the code GOHARMONY to support Circus Harmony. Go collect some vulture eggs over Halloween. They have candies. They're famous for their slides. Well, this candy is going to be coming down slides. And then their infamous pumpkin throwing, where you get to throw pumpkins off the roof. Right now, we're going to move on to Maple's trick of the day. and our special guest, Georgie, who's with us because, you want to say hello? This is Georgie. Eliana, who is Georgie's human companion, is performing with the circus in Shipshewana, Indiana. It's literally called The Circus, being produced by Aurelia Walenda and her husband. And if you happen to be in Shipshewana, Indiana over the weekend, you can go see a live circus. Right now, let's see. It's the awkward moment where we move the computer to the floor. Miss Maple has been working on this trick. No, you're not in this. You're not in this trick. And we're not even sure that Maple will be able to do the trick. But she's been doing this. Whoa, sorry. Maple, she's been doing this trick brilliantly in rehearsal. Let's see how, no, you're not in this trick. Maple, down. I know you don't usually do it with Georgie. Georgie, if you could stay over there, that'd be great. Maple, if you could come over here. And now we have Doggy coming. Okay, Maple, are you ready? Maple. Ready? Down. She's been working on this for 2 weeks now. And she's forgotten how to do it. Maple. Let's do a warm-up trick. Okay, Maple, up. Remember you're trained. Now come here. And down. Very good. And can you pick up the blanket? Pick it up. Pick it up. Maple. So, in the fear that Maple would actually do exactly what she just did, I recorded it previously. And if I can figure out how to do it, oh my goodness. No, not that. Not that. Nope, not that either. Oh, see, this is what happens when you're a techno peasant. Stop. What we want to do is not show you that one, but prove to you that Maple does indeed know how to do that trick. Are you ready? Here's proof. See? Okay, I just wanted to show you that she does. But she's not yet ready to do it on camera. Or are you? You ready? Nope. Okay, Georgie, are you ready for your special guest spot? Maple. Hop. Georgie. Georgie. Hop. Yay, Georgie. Hop. Georgie. Hop. Ta-da. Can you do it both together? Hop, hop. Ta-da! That's Georgie's big trick. If you know Maple, you know that her big trick is get the coffee. Can you bring me the coffee? No, can you bring me the coffee? The circus coffee? Thank you so much. Thank you. Maple, of course, brought me Circus Harmony's Defy Gravity coffee, which we just roasted a fresh batch. It's being delivered this week, and you can order your own Defy Gravity coffee on our website, circusharmony.org, or you can message us. It is whole bean, Colombian, Guatemalan, incredibly good coffee, supports our Flying Children Scholarship Fund, so it gives you a lift, helps a child soar, all in one cup. Maple, did you want to try this trick again? Or would you like to just do your grand finale? Would you like to try picking the blanket again? Yes, take a bow. But you can take a bigger bow if you do this. Pick it up. I'm going to take that as a no. I'm so glad I thought to put up that video. She will, however, always jump. I hope through her hoop of fake fire. Yes. Maple hop. Maple hop. And hopefully next week she'll be willing to show you her pig in a blanket trick. Georgie, I think you're a bad influence because you don't do a bad trick. Anyway, Maple, can you shelter in place? And we'll bring the camera back up here. Thank you for watching. I'm Jessica Hentoff, Jessica the Circus Lady. This is our Up in the Air live stream. Thank you to City Museum for hosting us, for giving us a home. And we hope you'll tune in every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Sign up for classes. visit us at circusharmony.org, where on the balancing act page, you can click over to see this amazing show that our young people just premiered on October 10th. You can support our work. Don't forget, we're looking for propane heaters if you want to support our work that way. And we hope you'll follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can watch all our videos on YouTube. Thank you very much for letting us make your day a circus day. Bye. You were terrible. What happened? You totally forgot how to do that trick. Really? 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 You're fired. Maple muffins. Maple. Georgie, Porgy, put it in a pie.